Wait for it. Wait for it. And boom. So I had a bit of an upsetting day yesterday. I was upset over something that happened, and I woke up this morning and realized it's a very good teachable moment for my Art Fair 101 series. And I want to start off with prefacing that I'm not going to talk about the show that did this. I do not want to call them out on social media. If you are close to me and know what I'm talking about, or even if you're not close to me and you can put two and two together, and you figure out who I'm talking about, drop it. Don't reach out to them. Don't drop them in the comments. Don't harass them in any way because they didn't actually do anything wrong. Um, but last year I was in a show that was in a town that's very near and dear to my heart. And I did very, very well. The show was my first time getting in. I was very excited. Um, I got interviewed by the local paper while I was there and featured. And I was even my a photo of my booth that they took was used as their call for art for this year's show. And then lo and behold, I did not get into this year's show, which was very off-putting for me to be like essentially told that your artwork is good enough for our social media, but it's not good enough to actually be in our show this year. Okay, sorry, thanks, bye. But in reality, the way these shows work oftentimes is the people that judge a show and tell you who's going to get in or not get in, called the jury. The juries frequently change from year to year. So the people who liked my work last year and used it in their social media very likely are not the same people that told me no this year. In all likelihood. And if the person who you put me on their social media is on the jury this year, that is just one person, and it takes a whole group of people voting yes or no. And artwork, as we all know, can be very to each their own. You know, one person might absolutely love your work, the other person might really not like it at all. And we should not take those negative views to heart all the time. There's going to be people who don't like it. That isn't to say that we shouldn't strive to improve our work or improve our booth, or that poor work and a poor booth aesthetic might not be the reason you got in. That could be it. But there are so many other reasons, and it can be so arbitrary sometimes. It's really nothing to take to heart or get upset about. And I hope stories like this can really illustrate how much we should not take it personally when we don't get accepted into the shows that we want to get accepted into. For all I know, someone might have really hated the color blue, and my booth is blue themed. You know, it's all teal. So, you just never know. So yeah, that's my little story. Again, no one get mean or nasty with these people if you know who I'm talking about, because it's not that big of a deal, but it just seems silly and worth sharing.